Hey guys, it's Kayla.
And I'm Macy.
Welcome to the Dog Dish
Relays Edition.
For today's episode, we'll be showcasing a host of events that everyone is always excited about this time of the year. It's time for relays. So get comfortable, grab a drink and a snack, and let's get right into it.
This is my first relay, so I'll be learning as much as everyone else.
Yes, what's your favorite part of relays?
In all honesty, the beautiful weather and bustling campus atmosphere have been pretty rad.
I thought you were going to say the Peggy's tent.
The tent. Where's that again?
Girl, it's by McDonald's.
I told you I was learning. What else am I missing?
Have you been to Painted Street yet?
Tell me more.
How about instead of telling you, I show you? Roll the footage.
Hey guys, it's Kayla, your DBS correspondent here, and we're on Painted Street, so let's ask some questions.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Fornoff, and I'm the president of Kappa Delta Pi, and we are sharing a square with Drake Education Association, and our square is inspired by carpets that you might see in a teacher's classroom.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I'm part of Dogtown After Hours. So we're doing a old school TV and then a bulldog in the center, and then it'll have Dogtown After Hours at the very top. So just kind of old school for time. I was the one who designed it, and I just kind of liked the look of the TV, and it fit the theme very well. So I don't know, I felt like it'd be kind of easy but still fun.
We are from Deal, aka the Drake Environmental Action League. So the inspiration was sort of going back to a time before the Industrial Revolution when our Earth was like very beautiful still, didn't have a lot of emissions and stuff, and we had clear, beautiful water.
Doing like a little pond with a bear fishing, and then eventually we'll have a bunch of fish filling our square around the words.
What organization are you from?
I'm with Delta Gamma. Yeah, so we wanted to use the MTV logo as kind of our inspiration for the design. So we did kind of the similar colors and just the classic D and the G, and then we wanted to add a little bit more design using our anchor in the background and kind of go off of those themes from the logo.
Hi, I'm from DTP, Drake Theater People. So it got a little bit messed up from the rain yesterday, but we are drawing, because it's the race through time, we're drawing like the racing go flags, and then there's going to be little playbills in all of the squares, and it is because we're theater. Obviously the race through time, and then because like we are a theater organization, like we just wanted a lot of the musicals because this is what we love to do, and some of them are shows that we had in our main stage production, so a lot of them we relate to.
I'm from Sigma Alpha Iota, the professional music fraternity for women and non-binary people. Yeah, so my friend Leah, our vice president of membership, designed the square. It says Ready, Set, Rose, like Ready, Set, Go. And we have our little car and the record for the theme, racing through time. Yeah. So we chose Rose because that's one of our symbols, the red rose. So we have that on our car, and then our Greek letters and everything, so you can tell whose it is.
Back to you in the studio.
We've got a lot of great interpretations for this year's square designs.
Right? This is why I love Painted Street, because we get to see each organization's creative genius come out.
Me too. It's a whole vibe when you're out painting in the sun with your friends. Now, about that tent you mentioned.
I could tell you, but I have to go find some trouble for yourself for that.
Fair enough. What other traditions are there at Drake?
Well, there's a pretty cool one that's always a big hit each year.
Oh, do tell. Unless it's another tent thing again.
No, it's not another tent thing again. It's called the Grand Blue Mile, a fun community run held to inspire healthy habits and celebrate personal achievements ever since 2010. This year, they had over 50,000 participants.
Okay, now that is cool. I need to see this in action.
Well, good thing our very own DBS correspondent, Bryson Rea, went out and ran the Grand Blue Mile himself.
Take it away, Bryson.
Earlier this week, I found myself running in the Grand Blue Mile's recreational division alongside over 2,000 other runners. But of course, this wasn't a last-minute decision. 2 years ago, I ran the Blue Mile and finished with a time of 6 minutes and 59 seconds. As a senior, I figured it was only right to run it one more time before I moved out of Des Moines. And while I've never been a consistent outdoor runner, I'm no stranger to the occasional trail running to beat sunset, given the right scenery. Regardless, the 2025 Grand Blue Mile got off to a jumbled start, with a crowd of over 2,000 runners struggling just to get past the starting line. Once we did, though, the crowd began to stretch, with arguably the biggest challenge of the race being the initial chaotic swerving through runners of differing speeds. After getting into the clear and making it past the half-mile mark, the reminder of how out of shape I am settled in. Thankfully, though, an inspiring marching band was playing at around the 3/4 mile mark, giving me a boost of endurance as I caught sight of the finish line. As I approached that finish line, the hundreds of spectators lined up to cheer the recreational runners on gave me yet another boost, pushing me through the crowds and across the final line lined with photographers. While I initially thought I was over 20 seconds less fit than I was at the 2023 Grand Blue Mile, I found out afterwards on the Grand Blue Mile website that my official time was 7 minutes and 11 seconds, finishing just 12 seconds behind my previous time. And among the 2,190 total recreational runners, I finished 416th. After checking my results, I excitedly searched through the photo catalog to see if any photos of me were uploaded by the finish line photographers, although my excitement quickly turned to humility once I realized that I was likely the least photogenic runner of the over 2,000 that crossed the finish line that day. After the recreational division wrapped up and I finished catching my breath, I went over to the finish line and caught the last runners in the 7 p.m. men's competitive division. After that race wrapped up, I noticed a sudden surge of spectators rushing to Grand Ave to catch a glimpse of the final 2 races of the day, the women's and the men's USATF 1 Mile Road Championships. While knowing when the women's race began was a bit difficult, seeing the barrage of escort vehicles clearing the way as the runners turned onto Grand Ave wasn't. As the runners raced by, I was unaware that history was being made. The lead runner and eventual winner, Chrissy Gear, was about to set a new U.S. women's road mile record of 4 minutes and 23.98 seconds, breaking Nikki Hiltz's 2023 record of 4 minutes and 27.97 seconds by over 4 seconds.
Well, there was what a finish. Top 5 overall was the American record. Chrissy Gear, you are the champion. Congratulations.
Later on that evening, during the award ceremony, I realized that all of the top 5 runners in the women's championship race ran faster than the previous road mile record, showcasing the fact that the Grand Blue Mile is just as much of a home to world-class athletes as it is to the casual runner. Before the men's championship got underway, I moved down Grand Avenue to get a longer look at the band that had been playing alongside the race route throughout the day. Soon thereafter, the men's championship kicked off, and similarly to my experience with the women's championship, the barrage of escort vehicles were what set the stage for the final stretch of the race. The lead runner and eventual winner of this race was Vincent Ciatti, the 17th fastest indoor mile runner in the world. Ciatti ran in the 2024 Olympic trials, finishing 4th in the 1500 meter and finishing under the previous meet record. All of the top 11 runners in the men's championship finished with a sub-4 minute mile. After the long evening of races, interviews, and awards wrapped up alongside the sunset, spectators, event organizers, and racers alike were quick to break down and make their way home. Among those assisting in the cleanup were members of the Drake football team. Their efforts, alongside others across the area, marked the conclusion of Des Moines' 2025 Grand Blue Mile. And that's a wrap on the 2025 Grand Blue Mile here in downtown Des Moines. Until next time, this has been Bryson Rea reporting for the Drake Broadcasting System. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Bryson.
What a cool way to see the best of relays in full swing. But that's not all we got going for us, right, Keila?
You're absolutely right, Macy. Tonight, Leon Thompson will be on stage for our Relays artist this year.
You can catch him on Forest Avenue in front of the Drake Stadium at 9 p.m. You won't want to miss his opener, Sadisiak, either. What else, Keila?
Tomorrow morning, the track events start off bright and early at 8:10 a.m.
That's right. The last event of the day will take place at 4:51 p.m. After that, the Drake Relay races will be concluded for the year.
But don't worry, just because the track events are over doesn't mean the fun has to end there. The Peggy tent is still open tonight, Saturday, and Sunday.
Exactly. You don't want to miss it. Be sure to follow our Drake DBS Instagram account for more relays coverage as we wrap up this semester. But most of all, catch our last live show of the year on Thursday, May 1st at 8 p.m. You won't want to miss it.
Yes, that'll be our last time seeing our amazing DBS seniors with a special appearance from the one and only Griff II. Remember to stay safe and have fun as relays will soon be over. Until then, see you guys next time.
Bye.